Well, welcome viewers, and welcome Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Football Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my people all around the world and in the state. It's a very nice day in Chelsea for change.
Very pleasant indeed. They said it was going to be showery, but they were wrong again. Wrong again. So, what do you got for us today then, Barry?
Well, I've got a few things to talk about, AFL Draft and a bit of Chelsea news. Not good news for me, but we'll just go with the flow, Colin, and see what eventuates.
So we've got a few topics to cover as we head towards the racing season and the cricket season.
The Melbourne Cup's a big thing coming up for you. For
Melbourne Cup, so people start preparing now.
15 Woodbine Avenue.
There it is.
Unit 7.
So send all your mail to Chelsea 3195.
3196.
96 as well.
Yeah.
Get it right. What do you want to look at first?
Just showing the Barry Peatling Edge Award back in Shepparton back in 1967.
This is why we have the Barry Peatling Award, because at one stage you headed different awards.
Two or three sides I play with, yes, but I won one, but I missed out 3 times, runners up 3 times. That one there, I was runners up for that year. There
you are, looking quite happy. You make actually Larry look depressed. That's how happy you are.
Larry? Who's Larry?
Yeah, well, happy as Larry.
Oh, happy as Larry, yeah.
You make Larry look depressed.
Right,
another one here. You're always smiling in your photos.
Well, that's the same Barry Peatling. He was that's a sort of a snapshot from one of the games, and
this is when you were playing at the Shepparton.
Lemnos. We were actually runners up that year in the Premiership, and I was finished 4th in the goalkeeping award. I finished up with 50 something. I was running 4th there, but I finished up second with 53 goals, I think.
Okay.
That was when I got best on the ground and kicked 6 goals, and one of my what to say up there, sports on the week, yeah.
This is late 60s, and the 60s was really the time for you, wasn't it, Barry?
Probably my best time in my career, I suppose, 60s and early 70s.
Early 70s, and played a bit. You played. We know you played for Lemnos and Rapagnup and Richmond.
I played with Pakenham.
Pakenham.
1 year at Pakenham, 1 year at Woodend.
1 year at Woodend.
And that year I played with Woodend, I might have showed the photo once or twice over the last couple of years, but Ian Hughes, who coached Woodend, he was a father of Merv Hughes, who played for Australia in the cricket side. And that year I finished in 70. I was going to go back next year I was off to coach, but my mother was very sick, and I could have coached him in 71. And I put in for the job in 72, but I missed out. That's when I could have coached him in 71 because Ian Hughes stood down, and they said come back and coach next year, but my mother was very sick and she died that year.
So you put family first?
I would.
Alright, moving on to talking about family.
There's my grandkids. It's not a bad photo, that.
So there you are with, just name your grandkids.
The little one in the green shirt is Declan. He's going to be a superstar footballer and a superstar singer.
And the other one?
It's Aiden, he's 10.
And is he going to...
Declan's 6 there and Aiden's 9 there.
Okay, so what's he going to be, Aiden?
He's going to be a runner.
He's a runner, he's got the run.
He's very athletic.
You've got another picture here for us.
Oh yes, the background there, that was my one and only greyhound dog, Win.
Mind Your Style.
Mind Your Style at Warrigal.
Okay, so...
back in 82, is it?
So you said you finished your football career and you thought, oh, let's get into the races.
Into the dogs.
Do the dogs, what do they call them, dish lickers?
Dish lickers, yeah, that was one and only win it was, but anyway, that's the way it goes, and at least I got a photo of winning it. We bought that off Carl Hass, who was a bit of a thief, dog trainer, but we got the money that day down Warrigal.
Very good. Alright then, well, let's talk about the AFL Draft. What's your opinions on that, Barry?
Well, I'll just say something about Lance Franklin. I reckon it's the biggest joke of all time, that.
The Lance Franklin $10 million deal?
He's 27 here. He's 27, isn't he? And he's got a 9-year deal.
No, he's got a 10-year deal.
Well, 10 years. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I mean, you might even play one season then break a leg.
That's crazy.
That's the most ridiculous contract I've ever seen. I mean, $10 million. It's just big notice, isn't it?
I think what they're doing is that probably they're thinking about him not even playing the last 3 years. That the last 3 years would be some
He could do it. He's a big man. He could get up and take a mark, bang, and his knee's gone.
He didn't do much. He didn't do much this year. It's more of a marketing deal.
Well, it proves they can win a flag without him because he had about 10 possessions in the grand final.
Yeah, he didn't do too well, even in the
But finals. He does take their best defence. I mean, that's the only thing about it.
That's the thing about it.
But I think he might be overrated, I think.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be. A couple of Richmond players are gone as well.
Oh, Luke McGuan, he was just an average. Who was the other one?
Luke McGuan. White?
Matty White gone.
Yeah, he's gone to Port Adelaide.
Well, that's a turn up because he's a star. Quick.
They wanted him because of his pace.
He's very quick.
Which was
can't believe they got rid of him.
They got rid of him. Well, they might be, I don't know, the whole Dustin Martin affair causes a few kerfuffles.
Well, that's all signed up now, but...
It's all signed up.
But Paul Chapman could be going. I don't think that... What's he, 33?
He's classed as a small forward, isn't he? He's a very good player.
He was a very champion about 5 or 6 years ago, but he's getting old. I mean, Geelong don't get rid of someone that just can't play. Or can play.
So they might be, but they have. What I have noticed about Richmond,
I don't think he'll fit in there.
What I've noticed about Richmond though, just lately, is they're picking very, very good drafting from other teams that suit them. For instance, Greg, Basher Hooley.
Well, they've been pretty good there.
Aaron Edwards from North Melbourne.
Yeah, and that fella from Carlton, Sean Grigg, that Basher Hooley is unreal.
Yeah, so they've made some good decisions. So
well, it's about time too.
It's about time. So
look, I don't know whether he might be an interchange player.
What about Podsy Adley?
See you later.
Not so much for Richmond.
We got Rewald there, for God's sake.
Lead up forward.
No, we did. I'm very surprised about Matthew White going. Good, he's one of my favourites.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's
gets the ball and takes him on.
Yeah, he's in Port Adelaide now. He's gone to Port Adelaide.
What paper was in my paper?
Yeah, it's in the paper, so that he's gone. I'm pretty sure you can. I'll hang my hat and my reputation upon it.
Well, I'll back your judgment because you don't tell lies. That's right. I tell a few bloke lies every now and then, but now let's never mind. You have to move on. But
okay, a little bit.
Well,
more.
Paul Chapman would be probably a replacement on the. He'd be probably a half-forward flanker.
Yeah, probably. Might be.
Would be on the ball.
Nick Rewald.
I can't believe Collingwood's chasing him.
He's
past his best, way past his best.
He won the best and fairest. He did very well this year.
Didn't win the best and fairest. He's won 6.
He actually starred this year. One of his best years.
I don't reckon he was.
I think I've been watching St Kilda fairly closely.
He hasn't been kicking many goals, I know that.
I've been watching St Kilda fairly closely.
Well, that's
where he lets them down. But he's been marking and going as strong. This has been one of his better years in the last 3 or 4 years.
He didn't win the best and fairest, Colin.
Yeah, he's going pretty well.
But he's won 6 best and fairest. I hope they do get him because I reckon he'll break down.
No, he won't. They won't get him. But
McGuire's he's pretty keen.
Won't happen. I'll put my reputation on it right now that he will not go.
Well, I don't give a stuff if he goes or not, but it's sitting in the...
But people interested in your opinion, Barry. Remember that.
I reckon he would...
I know.
It would be a very bad buy.
You need to show a little bit more interest in other clubs.
I'm just talking... I don't generally talk about other side bar, Rich, but I'm doing that today. Because you've got to look after more of my viewers who follow different sides, see? And thousands and millions of people follow Collingwood.
Well, let's talk about Chelsea Football Club. Let's get local AFL.
Let's talk about it. It is disgusting.
What's going on there, Barry?
Well, I rang up. I got an email from the Chelsea Football Club a couple of days ago, and that's how I got Paul Carvis's phone number. They've had their AGM on Sunday. I didn't go, but I was going to go. But anyway, they got a new president who is the president's son from last year, Paddy Donnell. He was a very good footballer, Paddy Donnell. I think he might be a bit young to be president, but got a bit of mungle in him too. And of course the vice president is Joel Connolly, the player.
Wow, so it's a bit of a shake-up.
They got a bit of young stuff.
Well, I don't mind that. They'll be a little bit more aggressive.
Well, it will be. I mean, Paddy Donnell, he was a very fierce competitor, and he'll be a fierce. Well, I hope he's up to it because it's a big job.
One of your complaints last year was that Graham was too quiet.
Well, he's a good fellow, he's a good friend of mine, but he just didn't see him around much in the rooms. I mean, the president's got to be there to sort of lead the way, Colin.
So young, fresh, more aggressive president.
Well, that's what they said on the email too. There's a bit of fresh, young blood, which is I have to work out right because Joel, if you would have told me 5 years ago he would have been vice president of the Chelsea Football Club, I said, well, he just got out the mental home because he has turned around the last couple of years. His mind's right now. Yeah, so they've signed up the coach then? Coach, well, that's how I got the phone over Paul Carvis. And I rang him up and he rang back today. And I said, what's going on, Paul? He said, I had a meeting interview with Stephen Harrison and Tim Scott Brannigan 3 weeks ago. I asked him what what's his position, what's he got planned for next year for Chelsea, and they haven't been no result whether he's coaching or not coaching. I said, well, what is going on? He said, I don't know. And I said, well, 3 weeks before the pre-season starts, and I said, how many players have you got lined up to sign up? He said, we had about 8. And it's something going on, Chelsea. You've got to get your mind right. It gets to the point of coach, or I hope they do reappoint Paul Carpenter, because he didn't have much to work with last year, and he had a lot of injuries. And we're going to get a few players back, like Benny Fenimore and Gabriel Marusic. He wasn't sure about Gabriel Marusic, but they got.
So what's your message to the club? Sign
someone up, for God's sake.
Do something.
John Kenny, do something. But I mean, Paul Carpenter, he's a very good fellow. I said, they're treating you like a bit of dirt, mate, because you had your interview with Harrison and Tim Scott Brannigan. They haven't sacked him, but they haven't appointed him. So do something, mate. Get things flowing, because we've got to get a few more players signed up for next year.
Very good.
A few star recruits, as a matter of fact. We've got to get. But anyway, that's the way they're going at the moment. But they've got to smarten up, and hopefully they will reappoint Paul Carpenter.
Oh, we'll have to see what happens with the local Chelsea competition. Now, the most popular video of all time, most popular video of last year, almost 7,000 hits on YouTube.
Oh yes, you brought that up, Contact me.
Is last year's Melbourne Cup Phantom Call. Now, there have been rumours around the traps that you're not doing it this year.
Now, those rumours are wrong, Contact.
False rumours.
Because they're very false, because it's going to be, we're going to sort of update a bit from last year and improve a few other things I didn't think was probably 100%, but we'll...
Well, so there's some rumours they're actually going to be at the ground.
At the racetrack?
At the racetrack.
Well, who knows, but we'll keep that a bit of a secret at the time, but we're going to do the 7,025.
Is it?
It's gone over 7,000.
Wow.
But anyway, 2 minutes of... I'm going to... You can always improve what you do, Colin, especially in this fan of broadcast.
So there's more. The technical buffins are going to be working behind the scenes madly.
He's the man. He's the man that'll be doing all the background stuff, and he'll make sure that it's up to scratch. And all I got to do is call the horse in the right weight and the right position and whatever, and do the main part. But he is the man behind the camera there who will be getting all those. The connections right, and hopefully it'll come out a bit better than last year.
Yeah, so, and we'll see how, if it's a close one or if it's a runaway, we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Well, that's in the wings, that's right, but we'll make it interesting and for the viewers, because that thing, we done one 2 years ago, that got 2,000, but this one's
just going up and up every year, up and up every year.
It's amazing how people can be interested in, it's a very popular race around the world now.
One
of the most popular races around the world.
One of the biggest races in the world.
I think it is now, yeah.
All right, any Cheerios?
Yeah, so there's always a Cheerio to, I don't know what's happened to PH. I hope you got the message last week, and him and his lady friend, Shandy and Carlos, I think there's a moment.
Yep.
Of course, there's little Annie and Carla, and we've got a new viewer from West Australia, Miralee Webster. She's tuned in, and she said the videos are pretty good. I said, thanks very much, Miralee, and hope you enjoyed the one today. She's going to look at the one today too.
So you're going to give a special Cheerio for her?
Well, it's all the more the merrier, and we try to please everybody, Colin.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't please everybody, but we can do our best, can't we?
So all the international viewers?
All my overseas, yes, those... I've got to mention that one last week, but I might get a whole list one day and just put them up there in big print. And there's 92 now.
Latvians and
Mexicans and Yugoslavians. I don't know why they mightn't have much to do around the world this time of year because watching my videos, but they tune in.
It'll be a flat chat.
But anyway, that's about all for me.
And that's goodbye from me.
Bye bye.
See you next week.